Welcome to the story world. You can learn effective facts about life by subscribing the channel and turn the notification bell for our next video. Let's start the video. Liam was a man consumed by ambition, focused solely on success at the cost of relationships and inner peace. His life, though outwardly impressive, felt hollow. Seeking a change, he embarked on a retreat in the mountains, where he was forced to face his own loneliness and reflect on the choices that led him there. What started as a journey of escape turned into a transformation of the heart, as Liam learned the power of stillness, self-reflection, and the importance of true connection. This is the story of how he disappeared from his old life and emerged as a better version of himself. Once upon a time, in a bustling town, there was a man named Liam. Liam was well known in his community, though not always for the best reasons. He was loud, ambitious, and fiercely driven to succeed, but this came at a cost. His ambition led him to prioritize his work over friendships, achievements over kindness, and praise over genuine connection. People admired his success from afar, but found it difficult to be close to him. Slowly, his world grew smaller, and those he once called friends drifted away. But, lost in his accomplishments, he hardly noticed. Then one day, Liam received an invitation to a retreat in the mountains. It was called The Journey Within, a secluded place that promised transformation. Curious but skeptical, Liam decided to go. As he left, he reassured himself, "Just a short break, I'll be back to work soon enough." The retreat was located deep within the mountains, far from the nearest town. When he arrived, Liam was welcomed by an elderly guide named Lian, who appeared wise and serene. Lian gave him a small, simple cabin with a single bed, a desk, and a notebook. "You won't need much here," she said gently. "Only your thoughts." The first days felt like torture. Used to constant noise, emails, and social media, Liam was suddenly alone with only the sounds of birds, the wind, and his own mind. He found himself restless and irritable. He would wander the woods, pacing and venting his frustrations to the trees. "What am I supposed to do here?" he'd ask the silence. "There's nothing happening." But Leon was always nearby, offering quiet support. "Patience, Liam," she'd say. "You're learning to be with yourself." One night as he lay in bed, the silence pressed in on him, and he felt a pang of loneliness he had long ignored. Memories of friends he had neglected, moments he had missed with family, and words he had left unspoken washed over him. He realized how lonely he'd been, hiding behind his ambition. The next morning, he decided to try something different. Instead of dwelling on work and the life he left behind, he would try to be fully present. Each day he took long walks in nature, watching the clouds, feeling the cold stream water run over his hands, and letting the quiet heal his racing thoughts. He spent hours journaling, examining his life with honesty. He began to see how his relentless pursuit of success had made him lose sight of who he really was. One day, while sitting by the river, he spotted a small, fragile bird with a broken wing, struggling by the bank. Without hesitation, Liam gently scooped up the bird, cradling it in his hands. As he cared for the bird over the next few days, feeding it and watching it grow stronger, he noticed something within himself growing stronger too. A sense of gentleness, humility, and care he hadn't felt in years. As time passed, he started to feel a quiet happiness he hadn't known. He began practicing gratitude, each evening reflecting on simple joys, the taste of his meals, the warmth of the sun, the beauty of the stars. Slowly he let go of his need to be constantly productive, finding value in just being. One evening, Leon joined him as he gazed at the stars. "You've come far," she said, her eyes filled with understanding. "I think you're ready to return." He was shocked. He hadn't realized how much time had passed. Liam hesitated, afraid of leaving this newfound peace behind. "What if I go back and fall into my old habits?" he asked. Leon smiled. "You won't, because you've changed not by what you did, but by what you've become." She placed her hand over his heart. "Remember this place and carry it with you." When Liam returned to the town, people noticed the difference immediately. Gone was the man who once hustled his way through life, and in his place was someone softer, more thoughtful, someone who listened deeply and spoke with sincerity. Instead of rushing past people, He stopped to talk with them, asked about their lives, and shared pieces of his journey. Slowly, those he had lost touch with began to warm to him again. Now, he sought success not for himself, but as a way to help others. He volunteered his time to mentor young people, teaching them the importance of balance, mindfulness, and kindness. His work transformed too. Rather than solely focusing on the bottom line, he sought to make a difference, encouraging his team to work collaboratively and prioritize their well-being. The impact was incredible. His team became more creative, more united, and happier. Liam's journey of solitude had taught him that true success was not about reaching the top alone, but uplifting others along the way. Years later, Liam would often look back on his time in the mountains. He never forgot the lessons he'd learned, and he never stopped visiting the quiet places within himself. He understood now that life wasn't about constant movement or endless ambition. It was about connection, kindness, and above all, the peace that comes from knowing who you are.